y'all. Welcome to Lay It on the Line. I'm Jamila.
I'm your boy Miles.
And usually when we start with Lay It on the Line, we start off with hot topics and we talk about things that's going on in social media or just things that's going on in the world. Do you want to talk about hot topics or you want to just get into our topic?
However's clever.
All right, so I just want to put this disclaimer out here simply because my man, Mama, is in here tonight. And, you know, a lot of times when we be on Lay It on the Line, we lay it all on the line and we talk about everything. It's no judgment, you know.
You got nervous?
I feel judged already. But tonight's topic, and first of all, Happy New Year's to everybody. Happy New Year's.
Thank you.
What we're going to go into the new year with this time is, why do people get married? Are we getting married because of biblical reasons? Because God say that you're supposed to get married to one person, be with that one person for the rest of your life, and you're supposed to be faithful to that one person. You're not supposed to step outside your marriage. But in today's society, people are inviting people into their relationship. So if you're getting married for the biblical reasons, why would you bring somebody else into your marriage? Because ain't that a sin?
I thought.
So just a disclaimer, this was not my topic of choice.
It was mine. It was mine. It was just a subject that brought up. Somebody asked me to bring it up, so I brought it up, which it goes on every day in society. I mean, everybody had a choice on what they want to do. I'm not here to judge you. But at the end of the day, if you feel like you believe in what the man tell you to do and you choose to invite somebody else, do you feel like that's right too? So, and with that being said, if you're married, then I think you're crossing the line. But if you're not, feel free, do what you want to do.
So I think the reason that some people bring other people outside of their marriage into their marriage is because maybe they want to spice it up. Maybe they're not being satisfied with their spouse, which I wouldn't understand, like why somebody would marry somebody that they wasn't really satisfied with, because getting married is more so not just being satisfied because you're a provider for me or satisfied because you tell me I look good and that strokes my ego or whatever, but you also want to be sexually satisfied by your mate, especially if that's the person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. So when you, yes ma'am?
So like, if you marry somebody because they satisfy you and they finally get to a space like a molehill that they think is mountainous because it's the first time they faced it, and they don't do it with the behavior you expected them to do it the umpteenth time because you used to going through shit, it's not fair, the judgment that is placed on them because they getting through something for the first time. So if you don't have the openness to understand the building of trust is maintained when you're building and sustaining a relationship, sometimes shit happens. Like, I don't think anybody's relationship expected COVID. And that shit broke up a lot of families.
No, I don't think that I don't believe that.
That didn't happen?
I mean, it could, but I don't believe just because of COVID broke up a lot of families.
No one said just cause.
Hmm?
No one said just cause. I said what it did.
Oh, what it did?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you don't have the ability or capacity to care for your family during a tragedy, if you don't have a contingency plan in case shit hits the fan, what you gonna do?
But it was already going on before COVID.
So let me tell you what I think for that. And thank you so much for that feedback. Okay, so during COVID, a lot of people could not go to work anymore, right? So when you're in a relationship with somebody, and that's why like a lot of people, they face complications when their spouse retires. Because when you're married and you go to work and you have a job that you go to every day, that's a time and a break that you get from your significant other. You get to go to work for 8 hours and you don't see that person. So when the pandemic hit, now you're at home every day with your spouse, right? You might not want to look at that man every day. He might not want to look at you every day. Mm-hmm. So now that pressure is built on because now you got to talk to them. Usually you can go to work and you can go talk to your girlfriends, but now when you at home, he might be like, why you on the phone all day with your friends? You feel me? And you might feel like, well, when I was going to work, I had that time to vent, to talk about your behind while I was on my way to work. But now I can't go to work, so now I'm at home stuck with you all day.
But I think that still was issues they had before that.
It is, but you can deal with those issues when you don't have to see that person all day, every day.
No, I don't want to be like that, though.
A lot of people
Relationship shouldn't be like that. It should be regardless if you see me every day or if you don't see me every day. That love should still be there. It should be a bond amongst the two of y'all, regardless. Mm-hmm. So if it feel like now I got to sit here and look at you every day, well, it's already been disliked. Well, if that case, I feel like Why stay in a relationship or stay with somebody or stay married if you're not happy?
Because the Bible says you're supposed to get married and you're not supposed to divorce unless it's adultery, right? Because that's why we got married, because we following what the Bible say. So let's just say we remove the Bible from that situation. This person is like, okay, we married, we in this relationship, right? I love you, but now we at home all day, and now I'm getting bored with doing the same thing that we've been doing all the time, so I want to spice it up. So let me bring somebody in. So that was another topic that we had on the we talked about it. Okay, so it's all fine and dandy when the man want to bring in another woman to spice up their relationship. Everybody always be like, okay, we can go and bring in a woman. But what you going to do when she be like, okay, well, I gave you what you want. Now let me get what I want. Or what you going to do when you bring that woman into your marriage because you're trying to spice up your relationship, and then you think that you satisfying me as your wife because I never complained to you about it.
Yeah.
But then you bring this woman in. I might not have no experience with a woman, and now I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know scissors could be so good. Now what you gonna do when now I'm over here spending all my time, but you brought that into our marriage. You started that. Do men, I need a man to come up front, tell me, do y'all think about the consequences when you think you Big Daddy Long Stroke and you think that you can satisfy both of these women, but what you gonna do when that woman turn your woman out?
What, you got something to say?
Okay, come on now. Lay it on the line. Lay it on the line.
I'm ready.
So I will say this. I agree with him because in the beginning you should already have your boundaries set up. You should say, hey, I don't want this in my relationship. I don't want this to mess with my relationship and my relationship with God. So another person saying, oh, I want this to happen. I want this to happen. I want to bring a man into our relationship. I want to bring a woman into our relationship. We should already have this already figured out. That's why we start dating. That's why we start doing this. Oh, what you like? What you like? I think the problem is we don't talk about the real things and when we're dating. We don't start discussing with each other. What do you like? What do you want? Let's all that BS aside. What do you want? Do you want a relationship? Do you want this to eventually turn into a marriage? Okay, we want this to eventually turn into a marriage. Then if we want this to eventually turn into a marriage, then we need to talk about the real hot button topics. Are you into this sexually? What do you want financially? What do you want spiritually? Are we equally yoked? Because it's about that.
Yes, I appreciate that. What y'all think about that? Y'all agree? Okay, we can agree to that. At the end of the day, let's just say we set our boundaries. We're a God-fearing relationship. We're God-fearing people. We love our husband. We love our wife. But then, like Miss Tiffany say, the pandemic hit. Now you on social media all the time. Now you watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now you seeing all of this stuff that you probably wasn't paying attention to at first, and it looks so enticing. It looks so interesting, and now you're curious. Now what they say, out of mind is a devil playground. You ain't going to work no more. You at home just searching the internet, and now the devil up in your relationship, and now it's got you thinking like, babe, I think we should try this. This gonna be fun. Then what? How you handle that?
Some people can't handle it. Some people can. Me personally,
how you handle it?
me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm gonna play in that field, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a play field. It's not gonna be something that I'm gonna say this is what I'm gonna marry. Because when at the end of the day, regardless how I play and what I take serious, it's gonna be separate. So every man love that fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? And every woman got a crazy fantasy in their head, but sometimes people don't know how to. That's why y'all should both talk, communicate, and see what it is that y'all got in you wild. Maybe get that out before you go to the next level. Therefore, if you want to experience me that, y'all can experience beforehand, and then that way y'all can live right to the zone throughout.
That's
but me,
all fine and dandy.
Yeah, but me personally, if I'm going to play in that field, I'm just going to play in that field. And that's where it's going to be. I'm not getting no feelings attached. I'm not going to do that. But women say, hey, I want to do, okay, no problem. If that's what you want two of us? Cool. Because at the end of the day, I know that's not what I'm going to be settling down with.
But we're talking about if you're already in your marriage.
Well, if you're married, that's the kinky field they in. That's what they like. Maybe, I didn't came across people and met people that said that the guy said he get other guys to take care of his wife because he can't sexually keep her satisfied. Because whatever reasons, people run to
high blood pressure,
diabetes can lead you down.
You just got old because you married an old man.
You just can't work no more. Yeah. That too. So y'all gotta have that agreement with each other though. But if y'all both is at the conditions and healthy to where y'all can perform naturally, then that's just something y'all want to do. And at the end of the day, a dude will feel crazy. I mean, because I'm like this here. A woman will say, okay, let's bring this, but a woman don't want to see that her man giving another woman more pleasure than she'll be like, damn.
That's some people. Some
you
people
giving
might
them more?
enjoy that.
Yeah, but she might, it can be, yeah, but I'm just saying, it can be the other way around too, though.
But the philosophy y'all speaking is from another side. There's people out here with different religions, and you make your own rules in your relationship.
And that's how we get to the beginning. Why do you get married?
I'm experienced enough to know people I know and myself married over 20 years, and that's never been a problem inviting another woman. Because in that situation, when you married and established, she's a toy, and she's going to understand she's a toy. When you're done with her, that's it.
So let's talk about this part right here. I'm glad that you said that. So let's just say you're an open couple. Y'all communicate. Y'all trust each other. You want to bring in somebody. Your wife is accepting of it. So let's just say when you bring that person in, what are the rules and what are the boundaries that you're going to establish? So am I going to go out and find this woman for us, or am I going to trust you that you're going to go get this woman? Or are you going to get somebody that you already mess with? Now I got to worry about being insecure.
You ain't gonna never get that answer. If you marry your friend and you got a woman that's already on that level, she's bisexual, you can sit and talk with your woman. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, look at that ass.
But how many relationships?
You walk right on past it. When you got a friend, that's a whole nother level.
How many relationships? And I'm gonna speak from experience because I just spoke to a couple not long ago. This was a lesbian couple. They both like women. And they wanted to bring somebody else into at least one of them wanted to bring somebody else into the relationship. Yes, that's your friend. But we already know that a lot of people lie to their mates. They do what they want to do because that's what feels good to them. So when you go out and you go find somebody else, you done started this relationship with this other person, and now you want your wife at home to accept, like, oh, babe, I found somebody. How you think your wife feel? Because y'all supposed to be a team together. Why y'all can't go together? Why you bringing her here after you done already slept with her, got her falling in love with you, and now you want me to accept her because you accepted? Now I don't trust that bitch right there because y'all got something over there and I'm on the outside. So when you and your best friend are married and y'all want to bring somebody else into the relationship, if you're not going to be totally honest and be secure within yourself, you shouldn't even be playing around on the outside trying to bring somebody in. Me personally, I feel like if I'm not enough for you, don't even ask me to marry you. If we gonna play, we gonna play. But I'm not playing with God, because once I say I do,
it's a different ball.
It's a whole different ball game. And you're not gonna make me crazy. You're not gonna make me feel insecure. You're not gonna make me go beat somebody up and go to jail. Yep. I'm just saying. So why are we getting married? Is marriage nowadays, is it for the same reasons that it was before? Because I'm gonna tell you like this, every time I log into Facebook, it's men on there just saying how they don't like women. And I'm not saying they gay. I'm not saying they gay. I'm just saying, like, a woman can't do nothing. A woman can't wear lashes. I'm just saying this. My man like when I wear makeup and wear lashes. Don't you, babe? But I'm just saying, like, in society today, I just feel like people need to stop telling people what to do. Let that woman be a woman. Let that man be a man. Yeah. Find somebody that like what you like. You know, stop marrying this good girl when you know you want a freak. Because what's going to happen when you try to turn that good girl into a freak? It's not going to work. So be honest with yourself.
That's true. That's true. So you need to know, you know what you're seeking for, go for what you want. You know what I'm saying? If you like, my thing is find somebody that like to do what you like to do. And that's the best way to go. I mean, it's okay, everybody be different, but find somebody that like to do what you want to do. That's not just dead to the party, don't want to know how to get out, express themselves, just have fun, let your hair down, or even just let you be yourself. They know what, she like to do this here, that's him, let him do that. Like, but it's going to be in a respectful way. So at the end of the day, as long as that be good, everything be good. But like I say, if I'm going to play in the field, I'm going to play in the field, and I'm going to go and have my fun to the fullest to where I know when I get ready to say I do, it's over with. I mean, I done did that, done that.
But what if the woman that, let me spin it a little bit, what if the woman that you finally fall in love with and you say I do, and then she tell you, you know, like y'all open communication, y'all good, and then she tell you, you know what, babe, I've always had this in the back of my mind. I've never acted on it because I only wanted to do this with my husband.
Okay. Husband.
How would you handle that?
I would say, well, too late now. It's too late now. Shit, that's a done deal. So what you want? You want to have somebody else? All right, I'm gonna do this way, and I'm gonna go in the bathroom, change, put a toupee on my head, and so come back. We gonna switch up. But but it is what it is. I mean, everybody had it right. So I just feel like if you feel like you should do the right thing by the man above, play that role, do the right thing. But don't get married if you know y'all still want to play in the field. I mean, that's just my thing.
Well, according to this fellow over here, we have different people. You might be bisexual. You might be, whatever the other kinkies. Yeah. So I'm not going to say you can't get married because you might have couples. Because who can tell me how a poly relationship works? Because with poly relationships, isn't that more than just one person?
Honestly, if you ain't got nobody, you can't tell a woman everything
Yeah.
real true, then you're wasting your time,
Yeah.
like you said. Once you marry her.
Yeah.
Well, they say don't open up Pandora's box.
Then what you wasting your time?
Yeah. So if you know that in the back of your mind is some things that you want to do, you might need to do it before you get married, or you need to find somebody that you can be open and honest with and tell them, like, I've always thought about this, I'm bi-curious or whatever. And that way, that person, if they're being honest, then they're going to tell you, well, I'm turned off by that thought that you're having. I don't want to marry somebody that have those sinful thoughts in their mind. Then instead of just saying, well, okay, I'm going to just pretend that I don't want to do this, and then you marry that person, and then you go let all these years go by, and you still feel like, man, I still want to, do this. Why make yourself unhappy? Why settle for somebody that's not going to give you everything that you want if you know realistically you want to be dibbling and dabbling? And you might not want to do it all the time. You might just want to try it out. At the end of the day, like you say, you should be open, be honest, and tell that person what you want and hope that they accept you for who you are. And if they don't accept you for who you are, don't be afraid to walk away. People so quick to just get married just to say that they're married, and you married and you unhappy.
But this is the thing about that. It's a lot of people want to get married. A lot of women like to get married. But do you really want to get married to be just say I'm married, or are you ready to be a wife in a true marriage
Why
relationship?
do you think so many women want to get married? Like, what's the hype about being married?
So what you got
Come
to say?
over to the mic.
More men want to be married than women do. Men want to put a ring on a woman but not follow those married husband rules.
I'm not just putting a...
Trap. Now, men say women will try to trap. Men would do it.
I'm not... You got a whole mic over here. We can't... Come on. Because my thing is, I'm not going to just put a ring on a woman's finger.
I'm a lesbian, so I don't know about the husband and wife thing, but a lot of my friends are straight couples, and I'm friends with a lot of men. Men want to marry women to trap them, just like men say women try to trap them. It's with the ring, because that's what they think women want. It's not, because men don't want to follow the rules of being a good husband. Now, they want a woman to obey, cater, and all that stuff. Men don't want to protect, provide, and give security. So, why do men want to get married? They ask that question of women all the time. Men want to be married more than anything.
Yep.
Well, if I want to marry a woman, it's because she's going to be a provider, my backbone. She's going to cook. She's going to do everything I need to do.
What are you doing for her, though?
Shit.
What are you doing for her?
Huh?
What are you doing for her, though?
What I'm doing for her?
Men.
Oh, what I'm doing for her, I'm making sure she good. She ain't got to worry about nothing. So we going to have the best time of our life. Like, just like what I expect, I'm going to give her the same thing and even more. But I'm not, and a lot of men, like you say, man, I'm not finna trap a woman just say, here, I want to keep her because she's nice or she do this here for me. No, I'm not even going to play myself. I'm not even going to waste her time. If I'm going to be a hoe, I'm going to be a hoe. It's just what it's going to be. So when I get ready to say, hey, I choose you, I'm on that serious low. Like everybody else getting cut off. But everybody ain't that. Men don't just say to put a ring. Men put a baby in a woman to trap her. So it can go all the way. Women try to get kids from a dude just to get money. So it play all types of fields from every angle. Everybody have to know what it is that they want. But you have to be smart about your situations too, though.
I agree with you, friend, because
But
at the end of the
I'm not
day,
doing it.
women ain't, well, some women, they do it, but most women ain't asking men to marry them. I ain't never asked a man to marry me. So if I look at my statistics, men do want to get married more than women do, because the men is the one getting on their knees, giving a woman a ring, asking her to marry.
I think men get on their knees because that's the way it's supposed to be done.
That is supposed to be done that way, but I'm just saying, like, you don't, some women put the pressure on men.
Uh-huh.
They The king only kneel before his queen.
True.
Yep.
But I do feel, I agree with what she say too. I do think that men want to get married. I think that a lot of men care too much about what their friends have to say and what their friends think. And a lot of people think that it's the woman. Like, to me, I feel like the hype of being married is just the hype. You know, like, everybody don't know the responsibilities of being a wife, but they want to be a wife because society tells you that a good woman is going to get wifed up. It's a lot of no good women that get wifed up as well. You know what I'm saying? But just because you get wifed up don't mean you're going to stay wifed up. But I do feel like a lot of men, they ask a woman to marry them because, like, you might not be ready as a man, but you know that that's a good woman. You know that she going to be a good mother to your children. But you know that you a dog. You know that you ain't ready, but you know that this is somebody that you want to be your wife. But instead of you waiting till you're ready, you're going to like, I'm going to go on and ask her to marry me now to take off the market so I don't lose her to nobody else.
That's true.
And then that's how a lot of women get ruined.
Yeah.
Why did you ask me to marry you when you knew you wasn't ready? Oh, because you're selfish. You wanted that woman for yourself, even though that you knew you wasn't ready. You knew you wasn't going to treat her right. You knew you wasn't going to take care of her and provide for her. What women need to do is stop getting all excited over, oh, he proposed, he gave me a ring. You know that nigga not ready. Why would you say yes? Learn how to say no. It's okay to turn a man down just because he said, will you marry me? You think he going to be the only guy to ask you to marry him?
Well, at the end of the day, a woman know if, I mean, even if a guy be honest and just say, hey, I like to marry you, but I know I got hoes and selfish ways, she can respect you.
She can.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So,
she should.
and you shouldn't, and I feel like any man, if you're a real man, you should have confidence within yourself. Not worry about if you're going to lose this woman because you don't put a ring on her right now. She might set up and say, hey, I like to be married in 4-5 years. I'm not rushing you. I'm not telling you got to marry me, but this is something that I like to have and go down. At the end of the day, that should give you a cue to know, okay, if I really want to marry this woman, do I want to finish my selfish ways, or do I need to, you know, do right so I can get her, or just tell her, you know what, I can respect that, but I know I'm not going to be ready for that. That ain't what I want to do. So we can keep it cool, and it can be a lot more respect and a whole lot more understanding with each other. But a lot of cats don't do it that way, and it is what it is. So
I think that we need to learn how to identify red flags. Like, people get into relationships, right? And we fall in love in that little, what they call it, the puppy dog stage. Is that what it's called? Honeymoon phase, right? And you're not married. Let's just say you're dating somebody and you're in the honeymoon phase. When you first meet him, he opening your doors, you cooking for him, y'all having sex every night, couple of times a day or whatever, and you start seeing, like, okay, and I'm just going to say the man because I'm a woman and we're going to make the man the bad guy in my story, right? You're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing for this man, you know. You ain't even hitting his pockets up for, you know, stuff that us women hit the dude's pockets up for. But then you start noticing, like, he not answering your phone calls. If y'all move in together, he not coming home at a decent hour. You see that he's doing these things that is unacceptable. He's disrespecting you as his soon-to-be wife, right?
yeah.
But because he be like, oh, I want to marry you, and he give you a ring, you still marry him. You think just because y'all get married, that's going to make him stop doing all the things that you already see that he's doing to disrespect you? If he ain't respecting you as his girlfriend, don't fall for, oh, when we get married, I'm gonna do better, I'm gonna be right. No, he not. He gonna be that same cheating ass dog that he was when y'all was dating, that he's gonna be when you get married, and vice versa. If you with a woman and you got a problem with the way your woman dress, first of all, I want to give all y'all men this advice, and this is coming from a beautiful black woman. If you know that you like a woman that look good, but you don't want your wife to dress and look a certain way, don't marry that woman, because it's not fair to her for you to get with her and then want her to change. You know, every woman that get up and put her hair, nails, and makeup on ain't doing it because she needs validation from another man. I know for me, I do it because I want to look good for my man, because when we go out, I want him to feel like I'm walking with the baddest woman in the club, you know? And I like walking past the mirror and feeling like I'm going to be the baddest woman in the club. So stop thinking that women doing everything for attention, because a compliment coming from this man don't mean the same as a compliment coming from him, you know? So let that woman be a woman. Let her be feminine, because all y'all, not all of y'all, a lot of men are complaining about women nowadays are not being feminine. So if you keep telling me, well, don't put on no makeup, don't dress sexy, don't be doing this, don't be doing it, well, what the hell can I do? Can I be a woman? What's wrong with that woman wanting to feel sexy for you without you making her feel like it's for everybody else. It's not for everybody else. It's for her man.
I ain't got nothing to do with
Because
that. Talk to me.
Y'all said that the women was doing it. You said something. You and Romy, y'all said something about the women was doing it because Pimp C said that something y'all said.
No. So we talking about something totally different. We were saying, you asked why do women show so much provocative, being so nude. I said because solicit sells. Sex sells. So at the end of the day, like, why do I need to go out on the street when I can be on camera and make my money? Right. So the thing about it, when they on there and they showing you all this here, then next thing you know, they saying subscribe to my OnlyFans page.
But that's different. That's different.
But that's what I was speaking on. So I'm not saying, because me personally, I want my woman to look sexy. I want her dressed nice, but you not going to
allow her to do that, and don't try to tone her down just because you made her your wife. And a lot of men do that. You dated this woman, you was attracted to her because she was pretty, because she was bougie, because she was jazzy. But now when y'all together, you want to make her dress a certain way. You want to tone her down, and that's not fair.
No, I ain't doing that.
What about the women that do that to men? Get with a man and expect him to change certain things about himself.
That's true.
They don't ask a woman to change, but women often ask men to change who they are just to be with them. It's the same thing. It's cliche. It's like it's a double standard.
And because crazy part about it's funny because I remember
I wouldn't accept that neither.
I knew a female used to always say, I'm gonna go get you somebody. I want you to wear that. I'm like, I don't need you to dress me. I was dressing before you met me. Well, I know that's nice, but I want you to wear this. No, I'm not no build a badass nigga. So you gonna have to motherfucker me, accept me what I am. If you want to give me something, you give me that. But you're not gonna say this is what I want you to wear instead. Like, fuck all that. So, it is what it is.
I think that if you're feeling like you're upgrading your man, like let's say you get with your man and you might didn't like how he dressed when you got with him, if he's comfortable with your suggestions and he like how you're dressing him to change how his appearance is, that's good. But if you got a man and he like wearing baggy pants and he like wearing his Air Force Ones, that's what his comfort zone is. So no, you should not expect him to change. But in a relationship, you compromise. So like me, yes, I like dressing sexy, but if my man don't want me to dress sexy all the time, yes, I could tone it down sometimes, but I'm still going to, be myself.
I just think like this here. I feel this way. I feel like if you want your woman to look a certain way or your man, you just say, baby, you know what? I like what you're doing, but how about try this on? I think this will look good on you. Or I think this might look cool on you, baby. Like, but me personally, at the end of the day, I want my woman to look sexy.
Yeah.
So it's the difference between looking sexy and being...
I thought...
Yeah. So it's totally two different ball fields we talking about.
Okay.
So I don't want my woman where every time she go out, her little booty cheeks out. Or all little crop pockets out in the front. Or everything she wearing... Well, I'm just saying, her little old camel toe sticking out on the other side. But anyway, all her little cleavage, you see her holder on the nipples and all that. So I'm just saying, I don't want to see all that shit. Like, I want to see it. That's my own personal reason to see it. Go ahead, homie.
I want my woman to do what she's doing from the get-go.
Yeah. Say that again. I didn't hear.
I want my woman to do how she be. If she feel like she want to get a little super sexy, I'm gonna take her somewhere where she gets super sexy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Insecure man. That's the part these men, which we have a lot of problems with these young bucks. They insecure what they want.
Yeah.
You get you a little baddie and you scared somebody else gonna take her. If you're doing what it takes to get her, you will keep her.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they insecure. I walk off all the time. They flirt with my wife. I sit there and look at her. We texting.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's not. You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah. Insecure men shouldn't be dating baddies.
Honesty and trust is number one.
Yeah.
If you got them two, your marriage gonna work out.
I believe so
It's
too.
gonna work out no matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing.
I agree.
Those two, it's gonna work out.
Yeah. So what do you guys think drives a person to be insecure in their relationship? Like, you already got this man, you already got this woman. What are the things that they're doing that creates insecurity within that relationship? Can anybody answer that question?
Your insecurities come from something that's within you in the first place. Nobody else can create an insecurity that you have for yourself. So when your insecurities come, to the surface, it's only something that you've been having inside you for long.
It could be triggered.
Yeah.
Exactly. It could just be triggered. It could be something that you went through 10 years ago. It's just come back.
Yeah.
And that's just how insecurity works. I mean, we were 16 once, I'm sure about being here. One little thing could set us off. The insecurity comes back. I don't think that.
So do people get counseling, like premarital counseling? I know most marriages, before you get married, the pastor tell you to get premarital counseling. So you have to know what your triggers are in order to know how you're going to get help with that. So are people open today to getting counseling for their insecurities? Because how else are you going to overcome that?
Some people don't hold accountability for this. Some people not willing to even admit.
Come on. Yes, and we're asking y'all to get on the mic because it's being recorded and we're gonna, post this or whatever. So it's just we appreciate y'all getting on the mic so that we can hear y'all loud and clear.
No, I was saying some people are not even willing to admit their insecurities. Like some people are ashamed of the insecurities that they have, so they don't necessarily put their insecurities on the forefront. So like she said, it takes something to trigger their insecurity for them to even admit to it. Mm-hmm. So you can't get counseling for something that you're not even ready to admit to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
But is it fair to be in a relationship with somebody, and you can answer this, is it fair to be in a relationship with somebody that you don't feel comfortable enough to tell them, like when you trigger me and I'm feeling insecure, I'm feeling like, oh my God, whatever, if I want to marry you and spend the rest of my life with you, why can't I just tell you, hey, when you do this, it makes me feel this way inside, and then now we can go and work on it and fix it to make it better. Like, people need to learn how to be really open and honest. And if you cannot have that honesty with your mate, why get married?
Why? But you shouldn't even be with somebody to the stage of talking about getting married if you can't be open and honest with them.
Exactly.
So you are doing yourself a disservice of being in that relationship for that long, and you know you're not even comfortable with being vulnerable like that to
exactly.
If you can't be vulnerable with your significant other, then that's not the person for you.
I agree.
That's why I tell people all the time, work on yourself first before you try to get in any relationship. Because some people have a lot of trust issues and all that. You need to work on yourself. Sometimes it takes you to heal yourself in order to be with somebody, because you can have a good person, man or woman, and you can run them away with that insecurity. It's a turnoff. I know it's a turnoff to me. I done been on that road before. Like, look here, I'm warning you now. That insecurity, you got issues. You might need to work on yourself. Mm-hmm. But you laughing, but I'm being serious about the situation. Like, I can't deal with that. That's a turnoff to me. Mm-hmm. And you keep on, you ain't gonna see me. I'm gonna be MIA around here. You gonna be wondering where I'm at. I'm gone. So people have to understand that. And my thing is this here: a lot of people get insecure. Some guys look up, get a pretty woman that he ain't ever had before, and she get all this attention. He don't know how to handle it, because usually the females he have, he don't get the attention. So now he see this one woman, everybody know it, got the attention. So now he like, why you wearing this? He want her to change. And vice versa with some women. But me, like he say, I'm not that person. I'm cool on any level. It don't matter to me. It's whatever, we gonna have fun, and it's no jealousy in me, nowhere to be found.
I think that kind of like what he said over here. He say his woman look good, and then somebody trying to holler at his woman, they looking at his woman. He sit back like, me, I'm not a man, but if I was a man, if I got a pretty girl next to me, even with me being a woman, like, I think my man look good. You know what I'm saying? So if I see a girl trying to holler, I'm gonna be like looking to see, like, go on and try to shoot your shot. He ain't going nowhere. He my man. But it should stroke your ego for somebody to be looking at your woman or to look at your man. That should make you go home and want to tear it up. Like, why get mad, or why try to dim your wife and try to tone them down because other people like trying to shoot their shot? She's your wife. She's your woman. That's your man. You should be glad. Like, if we going through the drive-thru and the girl at the drive-thru trying to flirt, dude, flirt with her. Get us some extra fries or something. Like,
I like her.
Yeah, we're gonna say that.
I like her.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, why be insecure? Why even put that pressure on yourself, or why even make your person? Exactly. Exactly.
Hold up now. Make your man get up. Put that mic. I want to see you on the mic. But on these videos, he got a camera right there. Make the show look nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, boo.
I happen to be a director. I'm gonna let you slide with that. If you got with your woman from the get-go and she's fine, me and you chilling, boom, we chilling, my boy, I know him, cameraman, and we look over and we see, she did, and he get her. She fine after he got her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the real is, he taking care of her, he being real with her, and he married her, you know what I mean? we out the picture.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy it when they looking at mine.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I'm talking about going, look like she going to a Family Dollar, like she just got the laundromat. I'll be in the car laughing. It's funny to me.
Right.
Because she do the same thing. I'll be in the store, the old ladies, they like to get up on me.
Mm-hmm.
We laugh at it. I look good for you. I got with you. You look good before you got with me. But again, it goes back to the same thing that nobody really take for real. To be truthful and honest, somebody hurt. To be for real.
Yeah.
Truthful. I'm talking
Keep
about
it
everybody
100.
got secrets. But when you find that one person, you can tell them for real secrets too.
Mm-hmm.
And she don't judge you.
Mm-hmm.
She help you get bound.
Mm-hmm.
Let's flip this bag. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't mean nothing.
So the moral of the story is
Trust. That trust and honesty. When you said that, I was like, that's bottom line. If you ain't got that, we ain't talking about that.
moral of the story is, but we got to get ready to wrap it up, get ready for the portraits. But moral of the story is, you have to keep it real with yourself, get an understanding, and make sure that y'all got a good agreement on everything. And if you got trust issues, insecurity, you just need to leave that alone.
Yeah.
But
don't even be trying to get married if you got trust and insecurities. And what you do to get that man, what you do to get that woman, keep on doing it. Don't stop. Don't start slacking on what you doing for me. If you used to take me out, used to get my hair and nails done, you did all of this stuff to wine and dine me, and now I say I do, and now you don't want to do nothing, then now that's going to create some insecurities, because what makes me want to keep being who I am to you when you're not being the same person that I fell in love with? So if you want to get married, my advice, make sure that y'all are getting married for the exact same reasons, that you tell them exactly what your expectations are. If you know that you want to bring somebody else into that marriage, you might want to lay that on the line before y'all walk down that aisle. But I would suggest don't do it if y'all don't already have that understanding. So before we wrap it up, one thing that we like to do at the end of the show, ask one question. I need one person to come to the mic. Tell me, what advice would you give to your younger self if you could go back to your 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 30-year-old self? What advice would you give yourself? Her right here.
two of them.
That's Mimi.
I know.
Come on, lay it on the line. What would you tell your younger self?
Girl, run. Do not walk down that aisle. You saw all those red flags. You knew you was not supposed to do it, and you did it anyway. Run.
Run. Okay. Run, girl, run.
Hold on.
All right, you want to share what you would tell your younger self?
Trust your instincts.
That part.
Trust your instincts. Look for what's familiar to you and stay in your familiar area until you find out what's new that you like. Because otherwise you put yourself in a position where you're in the unknown.
Yes.
And you don't know what problems come with the unknown.
Yes. Y'all hear that? Lay it on the line.
All right, we'd like to thank y'all for coming and joining us tonight. We forget.
Hold on. You got something you gonna tell your younger
talk
self?
to me.
Come on, tell us.
Love covers a multitude of sin, and to remember to extend grace, because you will need grace. And I wanted to answer one of your other things. If love covers a multitude of sin, when those flaws and insecurities arise, if you establish your marriage the way it was supposed to be, then you'll be able to handle it. Because sometimes the person that needs to change ain't the one with the flaw.
Yes. Yes.
So, well, I've been married almost 15 years. So with that being said, I have learned that I'm not perfect.
Yes.
And that if I'm not perfect, and I want this person to love me and my flaws and my sins, the way that the Bible says that he's supposed to and to cover me, I need to remember when he's not perfect that I need to do the same.
Yes.
And so my younger self would be, love yourself, heal yourself, and love yourself and your husband and your marriage enough to want to heal for you, so that you can be the best version of you for him.
Exactly. I appreciate that. Before we close out, if you're getting married and you're, biblical or whatever, just because your spouse steps out on you, that doesn't mean you got to go get revenge, because God's going to hold you accountable for yourself. You married, you still got to hold yourself as a wife. So if your husband step out, don't mean that, oh, I got to pass or I get to be able to step out, because at the end of the day, you got to stand in front of God on Judgment Day. And you don't get a pass just because he did something wrong or because she did something wrong. So like she said, hold yourself accountable. And you got to be the best version of yourself, and you got to love yourself. So
Good.
thank y'all for joining Lay It on the Line. If y'all don't already follow us on Facebook and Instagram, go ahead and follow us. Lay It on the Line is the group on Facebook, and then it's Lay It on the Line on Instagram. But it's Lay It on the Line. Thank y'all. We appreciate it.
Oh, lay it on the line. Talk through our problems. Let's try resolving them. Oh, should we even try? Meet me halfway, and I'll give you time. Oh, lay it on the line. Show me your heart, and I'll show you mine. If we want this, if we need this, then let's lay it on the line. Settle down, let's try to talk it out. Let's figure out what all the fuss about. You had your turn, now it's mine. I never heard time and time, yeah. So many thoughts in my head, so many words left unsaid. Baby, I know we're trying, just laying on the line. No.